Okay. Hello guys, it's your favorite rice field farmer made in China, and your boy, the sexiest Indian scammer of all time,
Mr. Pascal.
And today is the 4th installation of the Butt Take podcast, where we're about to talk about some interesting topics in the anime world and
maybe some recommendations for new upcoming anime.
Yes.
As you have said, you have prepared.
I have prepared some new upcoming anime, which I think they're going to be great. I think the new animes that are about to come out in the next seasons are worth the watch. From the trailers that I've watched so far and from the information that I gathered, I have some recommendations. And the first recommendations that I'm going to show you, it's called Kaiju No.8.
Oh, I've heard about that one, actually.
First, like, you know, what do you think from the first try that you seen it right now?
So I've actually heard about Kaiju No.8 for a while ago, probably like a year ago.
Like from the manga or just
yeah, about
threads?
The manga.
Okay.
And I kind of expect great things from this anime because from what I've heard about the manga, it's gonna be pretty insane.
Okay.
It's probably your typical, the main character turns into a monster he's supposed to defeat and fights the other monsters.
Like we've never seen it before.
No, definitely not Attack on Titan.
kind of like that.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't read the manga, but it looks awesome. And I like that it's made by Production IG, which did Heavenly Delusion last season.
About that, I have a theory right now.
Okay.
Like, I've never read the manga. Never read the Heavenly Delusional manga, but right now this anime looks like a prequel to the Heavenly Delusional series. You know what I mean?
I mean, kind of, yes.
It looks like
I see it.
It's like the apocalypse it's happening right now in their world, and like they're trying to defeat it, and maybe it's like it feels like the prelude to the Heavenly Delusional series. It has its own vibe from what we've seen so far, its own characters and stuff like that. But in the end, it feels like it's the prelude to the Heavenly Delusional series.
Yeah, I like the shot in which I'm guessing the main character is transformed into a kaiju and he's just about to hit. The animation looks insane.
Like it looks really great, and like he's going to become a monster from an electric fish.
Yes,
like,
and
cool.
And while we're on the topic about Heavenly Delusion, have you seen that its Blu-ray sales kind of flop?
Damn, for real?
Yeah, like.
Ooh, that's not good, man.
That
ain't cool, man.
In the first week, they've had about 650 sales in Japan.
Like 650,000?
No, just 650 individual discs sold.
That ain't good, man. That ain't good.
Yeah, and I don't think that it flopped. I think it's the same as Chainsaw Man, which...
Okay, cool.
Which did super well online in the West.
Okay. And like what?
And did bad in Japan. But I don't think that's... I also don't think that's a good thing because they care about the Blu-ray sales more than the overseas sales because they want it to matter more to the Japanese audience instead of the overseas audience.
Yeah, and like that's the problem because when the Blu-ray CD sales are no good, like maybe are we like not gonna get a second season of Heavenly Delusional, or like shall we like lose hope in that? Because the anime so far, it was great, and like I would like to see a second season.
Well, if it was at about 70 to 80% chance to get a season 2, I think it's dropped down to about 40-50% chance. which I don't know.
That's kind of sad.
I don't know if it's good that the Japanese don't like it that much. I don't know why. Maybe it's just for marketing on their side.
Yeah.
But I hope it pulls through.
I really hope it pulls through because it's gonna be such a shame to not see like a second season of Family Delusional and just be left out in the open with the first season.
Well, you could always read the manga, but who wants that when you get this high quality of a show?
Yeah. Did Mappa actually animate?
No, it was Production IG, which are now doing Kaiju No.8.
Like I get it that the anime is like a promotion to the manga, but in the end of the day, the whole serialization of the manga it is the mainstream stuff. Anime is more mainstream than the manga.
Yeah, I think it used to be that way, but now it's more that there are good manga which are being adapted into shows which are meant to be the more popular thing, and the manga is just there to get the source material for the anime. I think it has turned things around.
True. It's like the script for the show.
Exactly.
The manga is the script for the show.
Yeah, basically is that way.
Yeah, 645 copies sold in the first week. Damn, that's kind of low.
That's very low, and I don't know how much they usually go for. Like, how was the price of a usual CD copy? But
one like box list is like no, don't mind me, don't mind me.
Yeah, but back on Kaiju No.8, I think it's one of the recent like newcomers, because I hope that we're gonna talk about another show, another trailer that you're gonna show me about a show that I really like, about the manga which I really like.
Okay, the second
which I've read.
What did you read? What have you read in this past month that is like catch your eye that much that you want to think you want? Oh no!
Undead Unluck.
Here we go again. Okay.
Are we gonna see the trailer for that?
Yes, but I have another trailer that you probably haven't seen.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen any of the trailers for the new shows because the new season the current season is still ongoing of anime, so I like to watch the trailers at the end or at the start of a new season to see which shows I like.
To catch the feel for the new season.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the next season.
Okay, let's see the next show.
Ninja Kamui. First impressions of from the trailer for the upcoming anime.
It looks insane.
I would like to call this anime the John Wick of the animes.
Exactly what I was gonna say. It looked too much like John Wick.
Because like
at least that feel.
No, it's gonna be just like John Wick, because John Wick, you know, the whole premise is like his wife dies from an illness, the dog that he receives from his wife dies, and the whole, you know, Russian mafia that roams in the city is like controlling the city, which is like they're a big underground society, which John was once part of them, but retired. But after the whole incident that happened, John comes back to the old life, to the underground life, and starts going mayhem on them just to get revenge on the guy that killed his dog in the end of the day, and in that manner just like kills the whole Russian mafia that was in maybe New York. I think it was the city that the whole events took place. And I think from the teaser that we got for the anime is like the same story. The guy like got his family killed, his son, his wife, his cat, and like he maybe got a contract with a demon, so he became a shadow type of monster.
He
maybe.
became a supernatural ninja, basically.
He became cool. He became more edgy, more powerful, and like he's going to chase revenge for himself, to revenge his wife and his kid.
Okay, it looks very cool. I really like what they're doing.
The aesthetics are amazing for me.
Yeah, I really like this type of thriller show, which isn't too realistic. It has the more unnatural elements or supernatural, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, I get it.
And if it goes well, which I hope it does because it looks good.
It looks very good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a very good 7 out of 10 show, just from the trailer.
Just from the trailer, I would put it like an 8. The story looks kind of basic, but if the if the execution is right, and if they manage to keep us entertained from start to the finish, I think the show is gonna be like a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, usually these types of shows are very hit or miss, and I hope this one's a hit.
Yeah, it's like a safe hit if it hits, but it's like it's a like a worse misses.
Yeah, I'm reminded of a show which started super strong.
Okay.
And
which one?
And it's super awfully. It was called Babylon. It had about 10 episodes. I think something like that.
I think you've explained it to me in the past.
Yeah, it was basically some woman that was mind controlling people to unalive themselves.
Okay.
That's the basic gist of it, and she screwed around the main character, made his life miserable. There was one kind of gory scene in which she just chopped up the main character's colleague.
Damn.
Yeah, that was kind of dark, but after that the show just went downhill.
It got progressively worse.
Yes.
But like bad as like a good bad or like bad bad? Not good bad. Not good bad.
It's like watching a trash can burn.
Okay.
Then a car crashes into it, and then the car catches on fire and explodes. Basically that.
Yeah, but like this sounds kind of entertaining, if you know what I mean. And like,
but it wasn't even entertaining. That's the bad part. And then you see at the end the main character just goes against all of his built-up character.
All right.
And just I don't want to spoil the end, but yeah, it doesn't end well.
It doesn't really end well. Like,
yeah, it doesn't end well for the main character.
Like, would you recommend it to people to watch it?
If you don't have anything else to watch, probably you can sit through it for about a night. Maybe if you're really drunk, you can get through it.
Alright. So like you're not recommending it for the people.
It gets kind of boring way too often.
Like different parts of the episode, or like the whole episode is like boring?
The whole series, like, it has its interesting moments, but when they just sit there and talk and discuss things, it goes on for too long.
So like, but like, is the dialogue like good, or is like not even good?
It's decent, kind of in the middle. There are definitely good moments in the dialogue, and there are bad moments in the dialogue, and characters do actions which don't make sense because they're supposed to be professional investigators, detectives, that type of person, and they go the most illogical route.
I've always disliked that kind of type of writing characters where they're like a super specialized, super smart, and like endurance based character, which should be like the top of the top tier of the whole shit, and like in the end of the day it's like nothing. It's like nothing, man. You should be a number one detective in the whole world, and like the whole series is like presenting you like a loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the underdog.
Yeah, no, even the underdog. Like the whole series represents you like making some illogical decision that doesn't make sense, but in the end of the day, in some type of way, the whole thing turns around in your favor.
So basically, fake tension.
Yeah. You call it from my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of this show. They feel very forced.
Yeah, it's like it's not great to see a forced show, to see forced actions in the show. In the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, let's see the next show.
The next show I think is gonna be maybe one of the best shows that we're going to see in this decade.
Okay, I'm excited.
Lazarus. First impressions from the trailer.
It kind of looks like Cyberpunk. Maybe at least the futuristic feel of Cyberpunk.
Maybe the futuristic stuff about the show, but I think it's gonna represent something else. Maybe because of the director, it's gonna represent one of my favorite animes, Cowboy Bebop.
The same director?
The same director of Cowboy Bebop, and Samurai Champloo, Shinichiro Watanabe is gonna be the director of this anime, and Adult Swim with Toonami, with Mappa are like making a collective to animate the show. And the best part, and one of the most interesting things that I've read about the whole production is that the fighting director of John Wick is gonna be included into making the whole fighting scenes in the anime.
Damn!
Like the anime is just packed with talent right now. The whole team that I'm getting the feel right now for the anime is gonna be packed with so much talent, with so much hype. I don't know if like the anime has like a lot of hype for it right now. It sits on under 600,000 views from a month ago, and I think the teaser should get a lot more views right now.
Yeah, but I think it's like still too early to really push the promotion of the anime.
Yeah.
So I think that it's still a very good number of people that have seen it.
Yeah, like from coming out of thin air right now to 600k views, I think it's all right. The trailer was posted back in July 20th, and it's gonna be like 2 months right now. It's not. I don't think it's like talked a lot in the
I
anime.
haven't heard anything.
You haven't heard anything.
Yeah, nah,
like
nothing.
This is the first time you're hearing about the
Yeah.
What do you think about from like hearing what they've said about the team, and what do you think about from watching the teaser?
I definitely felt the Bebop and the shampoo
references.
battle style vibes.
Yeah.
Which I think really fits this. At least it was a prison break.
Yeah.
Which we saw.
Yeah.
I think it really fits that because the guy doesn't have any weapons, just his.
Yeah,
just him.
And like he doesn't probably have like a traditional martial style practice.
Yeah, just the good old street fighting style.
The one to punch the uppercut and the choking hold.
Yeah, the Street Fighter style.
Yeah, but like it works, to be honest.
I mean, if it works, it works.
If it works, it works, man.
It's just that good.
Like to be like it looks great. The animation is made by Mappa, and like you're like super hardcore sucking them for the past like 2-3 years.
Yeah, Mappa is just going up and up in terms of anime they are producing.
And down because of the whole teams that are animating this kind of shows.
But not even the quality is going down.
No, not
which is the strange thing.
Not the quality, the number of people are going down. They're slowly dying in the offices, man.
Yeah, which is another thing that needs to change, but Japanese work industry.
like Mappa is trying to animate so many shows. They're like trying to collect the Infinity Stones right now, just to be like known as the best to release anime in this decade.
I mean, they're not gonna be finished with JJK when this show comes out.
Wow.
Like, JJK still has about 18 episodes left.
18 episodes.
Yes, it's just now started the main arc of the season.
This like so funny because like the anime got released in the summer. We're almost done with summer and we're entering fall and winter, and the whole anime when it's going to end, like in December or stuff like or something like that.
Somewhere around there.
November, December. Wow.
Yeah, it was made that way because they wanted to adapt, I guess, an arc that's introduced later in the manga, which is a backstory. They wanted it adapted earlier, and then they can focus the whole season on the rest of the big arc.
From what you just said, yesterday I saw a meme. You know, the whole drone horse, the drone horse, and how, you know, it fits the aesthetic from the show, and like the head is in the back, the torso is in the front, the whole back is in the middle, and like JJK is like a mess right now in terms of like you know, time placement of the show, because like the prelude is in the movie, and like the whole stuff that you said, it's like it's kind of you know, it's a mess, well, in my opinion.
The story was technically going backwards. Like season 1 was up to the present, then we went the backstory to season 1, which was actually the first thing that came from JJK, which was the one shot about the whole series. And now we get the backstory before that movie, basically, about Gojo and the main villain.
Like, it's not a progressive story that goes in one line, it's like a spinning wheel that goes all around the place.
Yeah, but now I think we are back on track, and I don't believe that there will be any backtracking done.
Okay,
no.
So from what you've seen so far from the JJK show, what are your thoughts about it?
I think that right now, if JJK season 1 was about a 5 or a 6, a mid-show,
alright,
which is a very controversial take, but I do feel that it's a mid-show in terms of story.
In my opinion, JJK is like a hard 4.
Have you finished the show?
Nah, I didn't need to. It feels too boring to me.
Okay, just finish it and it will go up a bit.
No, I'm not going to. Like, it feels too boring to me, man. It doesn't, like, the hype is too great to handle. You know, like I'm watching the show and I'm like trying to see when the good part is coming out, and the good part never comes out.
The good part is coming at the end of the season, which you need to finish, and then you can tell us your true rating. Maybe
if one day I'm paralyzed and have nothing to do in my life, maybe I'm going to watch the end of the series.
Bruh, I just don't think you like popular shows.
No, I fuck with popular shows, man. Well, not I don't know, like but you have to agree with me. Hell's Paradise was mid as fuck.
Yes, it was boring.
And it was like one of the most popular shows from the anime season this year. And like it is like one of the most popular shows of this year right now.
I don't know. I haven't seen much talk about it after it finished. Maybe it was on the high when it was coming out, but after that I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, it's like you know, when it's still the hype is there, but when it finishes, like a flat line.
Yeah, it was riding the wave, but then the wave stopped.
Yeah, and like the show was kind of mid, and Heavily Delusional was good with like, you know, talked about in the previous episode. Go and watch the previous episodes if you want to see our discussion on the Hell's Paradise and Heavily Delusional shows. And like right now, it doesn't feel to me like the new shows that are getting the hype are like the most basic story wise, and like the whole animation is carrying out the shows, which I'm not really keen on, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's because they're easier to consume compared to the good quote-unquote shows.
Like, I don't think for something to be popular it needs to be like easier to consume. If you like make something that is great, it's going to be recognized. Like it should be built or made in that way so people can understand it. I think that maybe shows like that are not getting that much of fame nowadays.
Not much attention.
Not much attention, yeah. Are shows that are made for a specific group of people and are not like marginalized in the whole society.
Yeah, but popularity is numbers, and when more people are consuming your show, it means it's more popular. Yes, there are the shows that get popularity even though they're not made for easy consumption.
Yeah.
And that just shows how good they are. But those are a rarity, and the shows that are easily overlooked aren't that popular because the stories are not made for the mass audience, just for their niches.
Yeah, just for the group of people that are made of.
Yeah.
And like if you're not someone that would like to explore new genres of anime or whatever is going to be like left out in the dust at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think shonen anime are more made for the newer fans, and for older fans is just they've seen one, maybe not
but
one,
like
but
shonen is the best genre of anime.
Yeah, but once you've seen about 2 or 3 shonen,
like
different shonen shows,
it's like the best.
Yeah, yes, it's the
like,
best. But once you see it, you know what to expect.
It's not the best.
Yeah,
I'm just trolling. Like,
yeah.
like to say like shonen is the best genre of anime.
You're basically a new fan.
You're basically like a 12 or 16-year-old.
Which these shonen shows are made for that age range.
True.
Like, but even though but even then there are 12 and 16-year-olds which prefer the more grown-up shows.
Yeah, those are like the special kids, the special snowflakes of the society.
I don't think they're snowflakes. I think they know what's up.
Yeah, they're the people that say I was not made for that generation.
Yeah, they're built different basically.
Yeah, they think they're built different.
Yes, but they still secretly enjoy the shonen shows more than the more seinen and other types of shows.
It's like I don't know. I don't think that people should like be like, if you're watching this type of genre, you should be ashamed of. Maybe if you're watching Ugly Bastard Hen, maybe you should be kind of laughed on.
I think you definitely should be laughed on.
But should you?
I mean,
I
not to judge kings.
Like you're the hen expert right now. I haven't watched that much hen in my life.
Okay, basically, Ugly Bastard Hen is just a hot chick being banged by a fat dude most of the time, or a 45 to 50-year-old
like
man.
I understand that from the whole name of the genre, but like I don't understand like are the stories like good? Is the story like good?
When have you seen a hentai with a good story? I mean, I think there are
some good hentai stories.
I've definitely seen one which was kind of interesting. I don't remember the name. But other than that, I don't know.
Like, one of my favorite memes are the Ash from Pokemon and Pikachu, and Ash is like only on boxers and trying to watch TV, and the whole meme is like when you're starting to watch some kind of porn, and the story is great. So like you're sitting there, cold, with your shrimp out in the air, but the whole story is kind of good.
Yeah, came for the action but stayed for the story.
Stayed for the story, which like you've said so many times that you stayed for the story many times.
About anime or about the
about the other stuff.
The off-brand.
The off-brand.
Yeah, there are definitely great off-brands, which the over-the-topness of the story makes sense for there to be off-brand.
Like, do you really need a story to?
No, you don't need a story to. But you need the story to be entertained while you.
You're kind of true about that.
Yes.
Yeah, like
I know.
Like, I've seen one hentai and I can't remember the name of that candy. It was like a dude that had like the perfect family, like a wife and a daughter, but the daughter like got kind of junky, started messing with drugs, and ended up with his cousin, the father's cousin, so her uncle, and he like raped her, and then he got her and like took her home to her father and fucked him up and like tied him up to the chair and like drugged his wife and like raped them in front of him. It was like something kind of a revenge story about that, how he was always in his shadow and like he didn't enjoy being in his brother's shadow, so he raped his daughter and his wife in the end of the day.
I think that's that's basically probably 30% of all hentai.
Like I don't know why Japanese people like the R word so much. Like, oh, you should that would be.
Oh yeah, that's definitely getting bleeped.
You should like bleep a lot of the content from this episode. But like that's
you're gonna be hearing the silence very often.
But like in the end of the day, that was the that I watched, and it's like stuck on my retinas for like the rest of my life period.
I mean, I think the Japanese believe that grape is the greatest crime you could commit, and I think that's why we see it in a bunch of other shows, like standard anime.
Yeah,
which is
but blurb.
Yes, definitely censored, but it's supposed to show that the main villain is the truly awful bad guy that's down to do anything to get his way.
So he's committing the worst type of crime that that is there to do.
Yeah, and one show that gets criticized a lot about that because there are, I think, 4 different grape scenes in it is Sword Art Online, SAO.
But they're essential to the plot.
Not really. There was one scene which was there just to be there.
No, like it's essential to the plot in the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not really.
No. You could go without them.
It's there to be there.
Yeah. They're there to satisfy someone.
That's kind of. But like, is it blurred or like not?
Yeah, they're definitely not showing the whole thing, and it's not really like doing the thing. It's just about to be done. It's just a new level.
So some type of fuel, like the heavily delusional grape scene that we watched.
Just before the grape happens.
Yeah, you don't watch the action, but you see the hype.
The hype. I mean, if you're hyped about it, okay.
That was bad. You see the whole.
The build-up.
The build-up, yeah.
Yeah, the build-up to the bad stuff.
The build-up to the really bad stuff.
But then the main character or somebody saves the day. That's just before the bad stuff happens.
Yeah, but like in Heavily Delusional, nobody saves the day.
Yeah, nobody saves the day.
The damage was done.
Yeah,
and then,
Maru was too late.
Yeah, he was too late.
But he got back.
He got the Batman revenge.
Yeah.
He was Batman for a second. He felt himself being Batman for a second.
Yeah, he was the true gentleman.
Yeah, the true gentleman.
Yeah, grape my homie, prepare to be beat up.
Like, which is your favorite genre?
Which genre?
Yeah, which is your favorite?
MILF.
MILF?
MILF hentai.
I like
It's a different breed.
I like the regular one. Which is your favorite?
What do you mean? What do you mean regular one?
Do you like the IRL stuff?
The hentai or?
No, the regular human to human stuff.
Human to human is just whatever comes up. Whatever looks interesting.
But do you prefer MILF?
Generally, yes. But not all MILF.
Why do you prefer MILFs?
I don't know.
Like, you're a virgin right now. Would you like to lose your destiny to a MILF?
No.
Why?
I don't know, man.
This conversation took a turn for the worst.
I think MILFs are like the thing that nobody's supposed to have. Like the taboo.
I'm okay, so like let's change the topic. We've entered some type of entered the deep waters right now.
We gone too degenerate.
We got too deep in that. Like
yes,
we should go to shore.
We went into deep degeneracy.
Too deep. Okay, so MILF is the best. In your opinion, like the best genre.
Yes.
I think it's like the best. I don't watch it anymore. Like from the past like 2-3 years, I haven't watched the off-brand and even the IRL stuff. I haven't watched it. But like if I have to watch, I want to watch the most over the top, like the tentacles guy, like the ugly bastard, like even the cosmic shit, or like the whole that where they got some type of problem with the birth rate, so they like so in the hentai they said the grapes are or like every second, so that you can think
I know the one. Yeah.
that you can think about is like it's not how do you say it?
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal anymore, so do it. It was like so over the top, and I like didn't even like beat my meat to it. I was just watching it in like with my mouth open and be like, wow, somebody or some guys, a team probably of like 10 to 15, 20 men sat there and like animate the whole stuff.
And don't forget about the voice actresses.
And like they got a voice actresses to it, and like a woman, not even men trying to act like women. There
are just voice actresses.
I think that's kind of a good profession to have.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be
like,
that hard.
Like train a couple screams, maybe some punchlines, and you're good.
I think I heard that they sometimes just get random women off the street and tell them, do you want to voice act in this? We'll pay you on the spot.
Would you like voice?
Yeah, why not?
But would you start in a real life action movie?
Nah. Real voice acting is one thing. The real life is another thing.
I kinda agree. Not really, but I kinda agree.
Like voice acting is just gonna be fun.
True, but like, are you saying that the IRL stuff is not gonna be fun?
No, I'm saying I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna agree to do it just being picked off the street.
Okay, true. I kinda agree on that. So, like, have you watched anything interesting in the past few weeks?
In the past few weeks, there was one show which seems really interesting. It's kind of a shoujo show, but more mature shoujo. It's about kind of a Cinderella story where the main female character is treated like human garbage by her family.
Side note, they're making a Cinderella reboot, real life action movie.
Cinderella or Snow White? Because I know about the Snow White.
Excuse me, Snow White.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything good about the trailers. But back on track. Back on the anime. It's called My Happy Marriage.
Alright.
And it's about this girl that's treated, as I said, like human garbage.
Alright.
By her family, because in this world there are people with special abilities, and
like they're handicapped.
No, with supernatural abilities.
Oh.
Yeah, with supernatural abilities, and they place great value on that. But
it looked great from the poster.
Yeah, but the main female character wasn't born with that power. And so she was shunned by her father after her mother passed away.
Alright.
And he got a new wife, so her stepmother. And then he had a daughter with the stepmother. Yeah. Which is the half sister of the female character.
Yeah.
And you know Cinderella, you know how she's treated.
Yeah.
Basically that thing.
Yeah.
About in the first episode. And then she gets married to she gets an arranged marriage, which is she believes is the best thing that she could ever hope for. That's ever gonna happen to her. And it's supposed to be this dude that's awful, that treats women like garbage. But when she goes there, the guy is actually good. He just doesn't know how to communicate properly with the women. He's the general of the army. And he knows just how to give orders. Yes, but because the female, the FMC is used to these orders, she just does it, and he's just flabbergasted by what has happened to her for her to be that way.
I really like the twist that they're using right now. It's not like the whole Cinderella story, like from start to finish, like this twist that people are doing, that you know, you've seen it before, but it's something new at the end of the day.
Yeah, I watched about 4 episodes, and so far it's very good, and I'm looking forward to the next episodes and to finish the series.
Maybe I will watch it.
It's definitely worth a watch.
It's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Would you share the theory for the show?
I don't think I've ever shed a real tear in an anime, no matter how sad it was. But
I did.
Okay, I just don't know why I can't do it. Like, I've been close, but I just don't. But
like, do you sometimes get emotional?
Oh yes, definitely get very sad, very depressed by stuff that's happening.
But sometimes do you get really hyped?
Hyped about what? About the...
Not about the grape, about the action that's going to happen. Or like the whole, you know, the achievement that the main character achieves in the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely get the emotions, just not the sad ones.
The sad part.
Yeah. But if I was going to give it a score for the first 4 episodes, it's a very solid 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yes, very solid.
I should catch up to it.
Yeah, definitely. It's worth it if you enjoy that type of show, or if you want to see something new.
Yeah, I would like to see something new, you know, not because like right now I'm seeing a lot, you know, of sci-fi, a lot of shonen based, a lot of seinen based shows, but I would like to see a turn to see maybe some love anime, to see a romance anime, to see some sad anime, maybe I don't know. Yeah. I've never watched a horror anime, to be honest. I don't know horror anime. I know horror manga. I read horror manga, Junji Ito, and stuff like that, but I'm not really into the whole genre of it.
I don't think horror anime works that well. I've seen probably 2 or 3 and wasn't that scared. An anime that's kind of horror. But
excuse me, I've read a creepy manga actually.
Okay, which one? If you can remember it.
Yeah. How do you call the stuff that you're, you know, walking in the forest? A trail?
A trail?
A blood trail. It was like I've talked to you about it previously, like a mother of a boy that wants to kill his a cousin and goes berserk.
Oh yeah, I remember which one.
And like her mental health got like deteriorating in the progress of the manga. Like the whole manga looked like really crazy.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. Yeah.
The manga is solid, to be honest. If I remember the name, I would like leave it down in the description of the video.
Yeah, and one show that gets me into that horror mood is Re:Zero.
Alright.
I think it's just the best made horror inspired show, because of course it's fantasy and you can't really make horror that well.
Disney tried.
But but it just works too well, because you see what happens to the main character, how he dies and how he goes back and how he works through the situation to manage to get a win in the end.
The Sigma male grandson, man.
Yeah, he just basically keeps resetting but still feels the pain of dying and the psychological horrors that happened to him.
Damn, man.
That's why Re:Zero is probably one of my top 10, if not top 5 shows that I've ever seen.
Actually, where we're like on the dark topic right now, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
If you could do one crime, one time in your life, and this type of crime, disintegrates from the earth, which crime would you do? Like, if you do it, nobody will ever do it again.
And I get excused from all the repercussions, the consequences.
Like, the only consequence is gonna be for you.
Okay. What do you mean for me?
Like it's gonna... the crime that you're going to do is gonna affect your mental health in the end of the day.
Okay. So, you know how they have a bank with all the gold ingots?
Yeah?
The World Bank?
Yeah?
Just steal them.
You're going to steal the gold from the
World Bank. Yeah.
Yeah, and so how are you helping in the long run?
Who am I helping?
You're trying to stop a crime at the end of the day.
I'm trying to stop a crime, or I'm doing a crime?
You're doing a crime, and then when you do the crime, this crime will never ever be done again.
I'm just stopping stealing.
George, you're stopping stealing in the way. That's the thing that you want to do. Like, stop stealing.
Yeah, I think that's what people are most afraid of. When, for example, you go on a holiday and you go into the bad neighborhood, which you don't know what to do if you don't have a local, and you're scared of just being robbed.
Yeah. I thought you'll stop the grape crimes.
Nah.
I don't know. So, for me personally, I've thought of stealing, but right now, if I can't think about it, I probably would like stop.
It's difficult.
I would lie.
You will lie.
Yeah. So I would stop. I'll stop the whole lying in the world.
So basically, if somebody's life depends on you telling the truth or the lie, and you lie, they get unalived, you're going to lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in medical university, you're taught to seek the greater good. Like, to choose the smallest poison you can choose. Because last year when I was like in class, the whole topic of if you can like push the rails, so if one guy would like get would get crushed by a train, or like 5 guys would get crushed by a train,
yeah.
Which one would you choose? And they told us like, you are trying to save the most people.
Yeah, so
you're trying to save as much people as you can, and
so you basically stop the train like Superman.
Yes, that's
the correct choice.
That's what they told them. Like, going straight up Superman. F the train, f everything. Be the coolest guy in the world, and like get all the...
I remember a meme in which Superman stops the whole train.
Yeah.
Just to save a kid which is playing on the tracks. And then the caption below is, why didn't he just grab the kid?
Because like he's Superman, man.
Not stop the whole train.
Like,
ruin probably a bunch of lives, maybe a few casualties, injuries.
I don't know, man. Like, Superman is Superman.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but he ain't that smart.
Like, yeah, Superman is kind of, the Naruto of the comics, if you think about it.
I mean,
maybe
I'd say One Punch Man Saitama is more the Superman.
Nah, because like actually, to be honest, it depends which Superman you watch, because Superman is in some of the shows is an intelligent guy, and when you said Superman, the whole meme about Superman, having his place, and a lady is going with him in his place, and she's like, where do you keep the key? So he has a doormat in front of his door, his door, and he like leaves the mat and picks up the key and opens the door, and she's like, it's not really like well hidden, and he's like, check button. So he puts down the key on the floor and he's like, pick it up. And she likes to, and he was like, and she tries to pick it up, but she can't. And he's like, that's like fucking 100 quintillion tons of fucking mass.
So he's basically rockling it up.
Yeah, and like the whole meme was like, God knows what happens if Superman drops the key one day. I should maybe search for the meme just to include in the video. Like the whole meme got me gassed, to be honest.
I mean, how does that work? It's probably going to dig a hole straight to the ground.
I don't know, man. Like it's gonna be the whole 21st December 2012 apocalypse shit. I don't know.
It's just comic book logic at that point.
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy, and like to be honest, I think like Superman is probably my second to go favorite superhero at the end of the day, and I really like his golden form, where he like the comics shows us that the whole world it has some type of a virus, like maybe COVID-19 probably, and,
very topical.
And like Superman calls the virus and goes into the sun and like stays in the sun for like 15,000 20,000 years, like Eisen, and like when he goes out of the sun, he's the golden version of himself, which is like I think the most supreme form of Superman that is in the comics.
I don't know. I feel Superman is kind of boring in terms of powers. When it's not that he's weak, it's just that his powers are way too straightforward. If you
like Saitama got the straightforward hands, if you know what I mean, like.
Yes, I know, but it's just that the world around Saitama is very fun.
It's making him look like the chill guy that doesn't really.
Yeah, Saitama is just basically a normal person with superhuman strength.
With godly strength.
Yeah, probably over the god strength.
Probably.
I won't be surprised.
Like,
and then you have Superman, which is a guy that has super strength, the Man of Steel, the laser eyes, the ice breath, and he can survive anything basically, but
not the kryptonite.
Well, except the kryptonite, yeah. But what more after that? Like,
yeah, but like you should count that the whole character of Superman was like made in the 90s, 60s, 70s even. Like he's an old character.
Yeah, I think that's why I don't really like him as much as other DC and Marvel characters. Like, one of my favorite Marvel characters is Spider-Man, because he's just Spider-Man.
Like, man, I got the superpowers of Batman and the money of Superman, and the money of Spider-Man.
That's the mood. That's the true mood.
Like that's every regular guy right now.
Yeah.
But you got some traits of them.
True. I think that should make you feel inspired to be a superhero.
Yeah, and in the end of the day, you're like better than Batman, because Batman was a junkie in one of the comics.
True.
True,
but he got through that.
Yeah, he got through that. He's just the Omega male grandson. It's in his head.
Yeah, that comic was made to inspire you to first do the drugs, and then challenge yourself to stop them.
That's a great perspective if you think about it. And like, we should first do the gambling, and then feel like, and then try to get the money.
Yeah, get addicted to something, and then try to stop being addicted to it.
Yeah, like, and that's why I'm going to get my money, go gamble it, lose it all, and start getting the money. That's when the real hustle starts.
Bruh. Nah.
Like, which is the worst drug in the world, in your opinion?
The worst drug?
Yeah, and including, like, alcohol, cigarettes, gambling, and stuff like that.
So basically, the worst addiction.
Yeah, the worst addiction. You can call it that way.
That's a hard discussion. For me personally, I feel like gambling is the worst, but I don't know if it's worse than just doing straight drugs.
If you want to think about it in how it would affect yourself, it's one thing, because in my opinion the worst addiction is the addiction to alcohol, because in that way you're not only doing harm to yourself, you're doing harm to others, because alcohol led to the whole divorce of a lot of people, to a lot of big beating of kids, and the drug is like represented in our society in that way, like it's easier to consume, but it's like hard to get out of it. So I think the alcohol is the worst addiction to have.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're doing harm not only to yourself and to others in that matter.
Yeah, drugs is more you're doing the most harm to yourself compared to others, and gambling is doing more harm to others compared to yourself.
I think it's more doing harm to yourself, because in the end of the day you're gambling money. And
but that money maybe is your family's budget for the month, and then you're harming them.
But you can recover from from it.
Yeah, but in just the area that each of these affects, the gambling affects more the other people compared to the drugs.
Yeah, true. But I think to get off out of a gambling addiction is easier to get out of an alcoholic addiction.
Yeah, definitely. But they're different addictions.
True.
As you know.
True.
You can have both of them.
Oh, the whole wombo combo.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be like Thanos, you can start collecting them all, and maybe you'll become a superhuman.
Do you know? Damn, we are getting back on the comic topics. Do you know what's the Thanos premise in the comics?
No.
I've read about it, and I'm like, damn, it's like nothing similar to the series. Because
nothing like the movies.
Nothing like the movies, because in the movies, Thanos is trying to do the balance in the whole universe by trying to annihilate the half of the population. Yes. Where in the comics, it's more funky. It's really more funky, because in the comics, Thanos is in love with Death.
Oh yes.
And
I know about
that.
And
Death is nah, you're kind of a better male, so I don't want to be with you. And Thanos is like, damn, I would kill the half of the universe for you, baby. So he does the same shit and try to kill half of the universe.
So he does it for true love.
Yeah, he does it for true love.
But doesn't Deadpool actually get with Death a few times?
Yes, and then Deadpool gets with Death because Death is affected to Deadpool. It's crazy. And Thanos is jealous of Deadpool for being with Death. It's crazy to be to see the whole contrast from the MCU and the comics.
Yeah, I think Deadpool is my favorite comic character. I can't think of anybody that's on his level. Spider-Man is close, but I really like the whole fourth wall breaking stuff and all the jokes he does. Okay. And that he's not super serious when fighting.
Yeah, that's the stuff you like to see from him, to be a joker in his fighting.
Yes, and then he actually manages to win. And he's other than his healing factor and maybe some of the superpowers, he realistically isn't that much of a monster compared to all the other superheroes and supervillains around him.
Yeah, he's like a chill guy in the end of the day.
Yeah, he's the most normal guy in the whole verse.
But he's the most normal acting guy in the world, but with the most not normal action that he's doing.
Yeah, it's not that he doesn't have a sad backstory, he has a sad backstory, but he doesn't let it get to him the way it does to the other characters.
I think my favorite Marvel hero is the whole Teenage Ninja Turtles squad.
Are they Marvel?
No. I just said it for the joke.
Because I know that they've had a collaboration with the Injustice video games.
Nice.
Yeah, which were DC.
It's going to be interesting to see. I think it's going to be crazy to see some nice collaborations MCU, DC and other universes, to see maybe a Spider-Man film with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
If that happens, I'm gonna be very happy.
And like, what do you think about the new movie that we watched? We didn't talk about it in the previous episode.
Yeah, we didn't. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What was it called again?
The mutant type of. I don't really.
I don't remember the full name, but the movie was maybe way too childish for us. But
it was perfect.
Yeah, but it was very good.
It was very good.
I liked all the references they did about all different topics, anime and other real life stuff,
like pop,
other real life
pop,
characters,
pop music, like celebrities and stuff like that.
Yeah, TikTok, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And the overall way that becoming viral can hurt you, kind of.
Kind of. Like the April, like a character for me didn't really fly.
Yeah, she was the weakest part of the movie.
She was the weakest of the weak in the whole movie. Like Splinter, he was weak as a character, but she was weaker.
I don't like what they did with those two characters. Like, if you've watched the animation original,
the original animation is not mine, not yours. Is our childhood in the end of the day.
Yeah, it was the best childhood show that you could ever watch.
And like even the future reboot was great.
Yeah, exactly. And in those shows, April is supposed to be this already grown-up journalist.
Mm-hmm.
And Splinter is supposed to be this badass father. Not even the father figure, he's just their father.
Yeah.
He's a badass that's fought many battles against the main villain.
Yeah.
Which we don't see anything about the one that's supposed to be the main villain.
Yeah.
And about the past of Splinter.
Yeah. I think the movie right now is like a heater. Just to set the mood, just to set the vibe right now. If they want to like build a series around the movie, like maybe we'll see another Ninja Turtle movie.
We'll definitely see another Ninja Turtles
in a few years.
Yeah, definitely. And I like that every new animated movie right now is just copying Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse is our style.
Yeah, it's like great to see movies going back and back to the original comic art style and not trying to be realistic, right? Like Shrek in the past. Like the whole narrative about movies trying to be more realistic, to have more, details, to have more, life into them. It's gone, and right now we're entering the phase like we will see a lot of more, comics.
Yeah, they're now more stylized.
Yeah, right, they're more stylized, and I love it, to be honest.
Yeah, it makes them feel more ageless because even 20 years down the line, it's still going to look as good as it is right now.
But Shrek is ageless too, man.
Yes,
don't forget
exactly stylized.
Yeah, he's stylized in a way that he feels cool. He feels but like it still has, trying to be more, life. You feel more like IRL stuff. They're trying to. They were trying back in the day to, with the Frozen movies. Even the Frozen. Actually, this is the best example for me because Frozen 2, the movie. I think they tried. I think they were making the movie in like 3, 4, 5 years. Maybe I don't really remember what, but like they put so much effort to a movie just to be mediocre, and the whole art style was like. Cool.
It was the same.
It was the same. Like the graphics were better, but the stylized animation is way better.
They just, I think what they're doing right now is making the same style of animation, just making the quality of the graphics better.
Yeah.
Which I don't like. I don't like that they're doing that. I want to see more new things, and I love the fact that they are copying the Into the Spider-Verse way of animating animating the movies.
But the whole movie was great from day one.
Yeah, exactly.
The first movie, it came out in 2018. It was a great movie, and like 4 or 5 years down the line, the whole animation studios are trying to catch up with it because like the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie. It was like ahead of its time, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it on release. I watched it this year for the first time.
Me too.
And I don't know why I didn't watch it sooner.
Yeah, like, to be honest,
And it still feels like it's something new,
Yeah.
even 5 years later.
it feels like it's a movie that came out last year, to be honest.
And not even last year, even if it came out this year.
Yeah, like when Puss in Boots came out last year.
I don't remember.
2020. Maybe I think it came out back in 2022.
Did it come out in November?
Yeah, November 2022, and like it feels like the movie is like in 2022, because like I don't know, I don't really know how to explain, but
But it even feels like a 2023 film now with the Ninja Turtles, which is in the same style.
true.
And it just shows how influential it was for the animation industry.
Yeah, like the whole series right now, the first and the second part of the series are straight tens, both of them.
Yeah, no questions asked.
For me personally, I don't have a problem with the movies. I had some type of like an ick to the second movie.
A dissatisfaction?
A dissatisfaction. No, it's not a dissatisfaction. It's like maybe it was strange for me to see so much things coming at you at the same time, because like we're like moving with God speed, light speed. We're like seeing like 50, 60, 80 different pictures in 1 second in the movie, and until my brains can recognize and like accumulate what is going on, like we're onto the next scene.
Yeah, you can't catch up with what's happening.
The whole catching up in the movie, if you're not listening from the first second, you're losing out to it.
Yeah, but it's not like there are many things happening in terms of story.
Yeah.
Like the story itself is pretty simple if you think about it.
Yeah, simple.
But
it works.
Yeah, it works, of course. But the things that are happening around the main character, the world itself, is just way too busy.
In the whole spirit of the talk right now, which is the princess that you would like to ban?
A Disney princess.
Whatever princess.
Whatever princess. It's still gonna be Disney princess.
Okay, which one?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
How difficult it is for you to answer right now?
Very difficult. Okay, let me think about it.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
You know what? Cinderella.
Okay, so you have an affection
to a hard-working woman. She knows how to clean, how to cook, how to probably take care of the kids.
So you have an affection to a slave?
No.
You put it that way, man.
No, I have an affection toward a woman who knows how to take care of stuff.
Yeah, maybe a slave, okay. So you're into slavery. Okay, so that's one of the things I don't maybe like about you. Like, everyone has his bad parts about himself.
Why has slavery ever come into this?
I don't know, man. You just you just said it.
No.
Didn't you?
No.
Okay, so my bad.
When did I say that?
So, for me personally, Snow White, no. I don't. Fiona from Shrek.
Okay, interesting pick.
And in the human normal form, and the ogre form. Both of them. Preferably the ogre form for me personally.
Damn.
Kinky Yeah, the whole green shit. Crazy.
She's like the reverse Smurf.
Would you back a Smurf?
Nah.
Why not?
You can't.
I think you can. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can, man.
I'm sorry.
Good luck to you.
I'm sorry for roasting you, man.
Bruh.
You catch it right now, yeah?
Bruh.
Yeah. I'm sorry for that. Nah. It's all love and peace right here.
Devastated.
Devastated. Like I'm like, you're leaving me wide open for some shots that I've taken in the past for you. Like, you're leaving me no choice but to say it.
The funny thing is I don't really register the shots. Yeah. Because I'm just thinking about other things when we're talking about it and don't even register them.
But when you register them, it's like...
when I register them, it's like, what?
It's like, damn.
Hey,
like
It happens.
it happens, man.
Maybe too often, but yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't roasted you in like 3-4 weeks. It's like a hiatus for me to not roast you for so long.
Bruh.
I think we're like good for this episode.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about. Well, we haven't finished the review of the movie of the teenage.
Which movie?
Of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. We just went on the biggest tangent ever.
Wait, we've talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Man, that was like ages ago.
I know, right? But
So like, do your review. I'm not going to like break your.
okay, we said that what we think about the characters, the ninjas themselves, the turtles.
Yeah.
They're just them. Maybe Raph was too childish. If you feel it.
He was kind of left out from the movie, I think.
He's just the guy with anger issues.
Yeah.
Which wasn't really his character, but okay.
Like, for me, I like that they didn't put the whole emphasis on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And more on the mutants.
But I don't think we've captured their essence from the movie. Like, they did it so well to not focus on them that we don't even know shit about them.
Yeah, they did it too well.
Like, we know some things about them in the end of the movie, but I don't really caught a few from them.
Yeah, Mike is the party guy, Raph is the angry guy,
Yeah. Like,
Donnie is the nerd,
yeah.
which likes anime.
Yeah.
I really like the Attack on Titan reference
Yeah,
at the end when they
it
fought
was
the big
great.
guy.
Yeah, it was great.
I really like that. And Leo is the leader.
Like,
Kind of. He's trying to be the leader.
What did he do in school in the end of the movie? I can't, like,
I don't think... I think he just helps April.
not because, like, in the end of the movie, we've seen that Raph joined the school team. I think the football school team.
I think, yeah.
Mikey joined the acting class, and the Donnie.
I think he was at the anime club or something like that.
He was in the nerd club,
Yeah,
with the
basically
robotics and stuff like
yeah.
that. And like, we don't really seen him in the credits.
No, I think Leo is just helping April do the journalist
Damn,
stuff.
he's a simp. Man.
Yeah, he's simping her.
Like I didn't really enjoy his character, to be honest. In the movie, he was too simpy for me.
Yeah, too simpy, and he was too unsure about himself.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think if they do a second part of the movie and like show them grown up, I think we're going to, catch the feel of the old Ninja Turtles that we've seen back in our childhoods. Growing up and getting, more mature in the future.
A moment I really liked was in the car chase scene when they were in the pizza truck, which was supposed to represent their decked out truck when they get it later on.
Yeah.
And that really hit me. I really enjoyed that. And I hope that in the sequel, they get it. That was my favorite thing about the original Ninja Turtles. And if they can nail it, I think the next movie is gonna be maybe 10 times better than this one.
Yeah, I hope the whole franchise gets a reboot. I hope not a reboot. I hope they get a second part in the next maybe 2 or 3 years, and the movie. I really would like to see an even better movie from them. Just to carry out the legacy of the Ninja Turtles, because I think the whole premise of the show that we've seen back in our childhoods to now, I think it's great. The franchise is great in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think this movie for me was probably about 7 out of 10.
In my opinion, yeah, 7 is a great score, to be honest, for this movie.
And I hope the next one is about an 8.5 at least.
Maybe a 9.
Yeah, at least 8.5.
Yeah, at least.
Hopefully.
At least.
But that's for the future.
That's for the future. I think we're done for today.
Yeah, we've now talked about a lot of stuff. And we finished a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Follow us on the Instagrams. Not link in the description because we ain't there yet. But soon.
But we will be
soon.
there. Follow and support the Instagram, please. It's growing so fast.
Yeah, and follow and support the channel because we want to be able to do more stuff
Yeah. in the
and
future.
expand, and we need you to subscribe to do that.
Yeah, please subscribe, guys.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell, guys. And see you till next time.
Bye
Peace.
bye.